Hello and welcome to Cool Story Bro, with me, Sir Daniel Pennyworth III, and my manservant, Timothy.
Alright, whatever. Hi, how's it going?
Today we shall be reading a selection from my private library taken above my wonderful fireplace. It is called Pokemon Black, Tim.
Yes?
You seem to have a particular fondness for this trite.
Yes, this story actually was the very first Pokemon creepypasta I actually read and inspired a video in me that's actually my most popular video. Would you like some tea, sir?
No, that will be quite alright. Here we go. My British accent is terrible, and I'm going to stop doing it now. Well, then. Pokemon Black.
I'm going to keep doing it if it's okay, sir.
I would rather prefer that you didn't.
Okay.
Because otherwise I'm going to spend full time saying, Yogpod, Yogpod. Yogpod did it.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
Yeah, I would like not to as well. Anyway, Pokemon Black.
Yes.
I'm what you would call a collector of bootleg Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, etc. The amazing frequency with which you can find them at pawn shops, Goodwill, flea markets, and such. They're generally fun, even if they are unplayable, which they often are. The mistranslations, the poor qualities makes them unintentionally hilarious!
That's completely unnecessary.
Our whole video is completely unnecessary, Tim.
Well, that's even more unnecessary.
All the unnecessary!
Ow.
I've been able to find most of the ones I've played online. There are ones that I haven't seen mentioned of. There's one I haven't seen mentioned of. I bought it at a flea market about 5 years ago. Here's a picture of the cartridge. And me doing a duck face.
I knew there was a reason why I wore pants, because there was pictures in this one.
In case anyone recognizes it, unfortunately, I moved 2 years ago and lost the game. Of course. So I can't provide you screen caps. Sorry! The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of Red and Blue. However, the press start screen had altered. Red was there, but his Pokemon didn't cycle through. It also said, Black version, under the Pokemon logo. I don't know about you, Tim, but this gets kind of intense.
Oh yeah. Gets better.
Upon selecting new game, the game started! Oh my god. The Professor Oak speech. And it quickly became evident that this game was essentially Pokemon Red version. After selecting your starter, if you look at your Pokemon, it had an addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, another Pokemon. Ghost. The Pokemon was level 1 and it had the sprite of the ghost that you encounter in Lavender Town before obtaining the Silphoscope. It had one attack. Curse. I know there's a real move named Curse, but the attack didn't exist in Generation 1, so it was hacked in. Bum bum bum! Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would only say that they were too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would go black. The cry of the defending Pokemon would be heard, but it was distorted, played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used in battle against a trainer, the Pokeballs representing their Pokemon would appear in the corner, and they would have one fewer Pokeball. Bum bum bum!
Okay.
Feeling I'm gonna run out of those pretty soon.
Yeah.
The implication is that the Pokemon had died. Bum bum bum!
Okay, that's enough of that. No more of that for the rest of this video.
Damn. What's even stranger is that after defeating the trainer and seeing Red had received $200 for winning, the battle commands would appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. You could also select Curse. If you did, upon returning to the overworld, the trainer's sprite would be gone. And after leaving the area and re-entering the area, the spot the trainer had been would be replaced with a tombstone, like the ones in Lavender Town. The move Curse was not usable in all instances. If you fail against ghost Pokemon, it would fail if you used it against trainers that you would have to face again, such as your rival and Giovanni. If you were unable, it was unusable in your final battle, or it was usable in your final battle against them though. I figured it was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use previously uncapturable ghosts, and because Curse made the game so easy, I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure. The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing Hall of Fame, which consisted of ghosts and a couple Pokemon I used for HMs, the screen cut to black. A box appeared with the word, "Many years later." It cut to the ghost Lavender Town. An old man was standing, looking at tombstones. When you realized this man was your character. The man moved at only half your normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even ghosts, who up to this point had been impossible to remove from your party through depositing in the PC. The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. There were still the tombstones of the trainers you had used Cursed on. However, you could go pretty much anywhere in the overworld at this point, though your movement was limited by the fact you had no Pokemon to use HMs. And regardless of where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued in an infinite loop. After watching for a while, I found that if you go through Diglett's cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally blocks your path on the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Pallet Town. Upon entering your house and going to the exact tile you would start the game, the screen would cut to black. Then a sprite of a Caterpie appeared. It was replaced by a Weedle, then a Piglet. I soon realized the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise, but these were all the Pokemon I had used Curse on. At the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, and then a bug catcher. These were the trainers I had cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in pitch. By the time your rival appeared on the screen, it was little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few moments later, the battle screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer's sprite was now the old man, the same as the one who teaches you to catch Pokemon in Viridian City. Ghost appeared on the other side, along with the words, "Ghost wants to fight." You couldn't use items. You had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. Your only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to use struggle, which wouldn't affect Ghost, but it did chip off a bit of your own HP. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, it would simply say, "Ellipses."
The ellipses again.
Eventually, your HP reached a critical point. The Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen cut to black a final time. Regardless of the buttons you pressed, you were permanently stuck in the black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do was turn the Game Boy off. When you played again, New Game was the only option. The game had erased the file. Even though this hacked game, I've played through this hacked game many, many times. Every time the game ended with this sequence. Several times I didn't use Ghost at all, though he was impossible to remove from the party. In this case, it did not show any Pokemon or trainers, and simply cut to the dramatic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motivations behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it presumably wasn't for monetary gain. It was very well done for a bootleg. It seems he was trying to convey a message, though. It seems I'm the sole receiver of this message. I'm not entirely sure what it was. The inevitability of death, the pointlessness of it all? Perhaps he was simply trying to inject a bit of morbidity and darkness into a children's game. Regardless, this children's game made me think. And Tim, it made me cry. Bum bum bum!
I said no more of that!
Yeah, but when do I ever listen to you?
That's true.
So, what'd you think?
Well, as I said, it was the first story I've ever read. It actually, I'm actually working on a game based on that story. With the same person that did Lost Silver, actually. I'm just really all about whoring that guy's channel and his work. But there's one. Actually, Daniel, I think I'm gonna ask for your final thoughts this time around.
Well, I didn't hate it. I mean, the point was pretty good at the end, the inevitability of death and all that. But there just wasn't really much of a bite, so I think I'm just gonna have to go with cool start, bro!
That's my line, you son of a bitch!
Thanks for watching our video. You should totally subscribe right now because I'm currently slow fapping and I won't stop until you do.